Well, it's been a minute since I've done an AutoWorld review, so here we are. And I gotta give credit to Ron's Muscle Car Diecast, his channel. He's really knowledgeable about muscle cars, and so he reviewed this model, and that's kind of what inspired me to go and buy this myself because I don't really have too many modern muscle cars. So this will be one of them. So AutoWorld gives us some cool little stats here. It's got a 392 cubic inch, which I believe is 6.4 liters. It's a V8 Hemi, and it's making 485 horsepower. That amount of power will get you a 4.3 second 0 to 60 time, and it's I guess it has an 8-speed transmission according to my research. I believe these are 20 inch by 11 inch forged wheels. So forged wheels, that's nice to have. And it says right here, 46,000 bucks, and it's B5 blue. It's a nice blue. I do like the back of AutoWorlds, at least this one, because it shows you pictures of the other collections. I don't like how Greenlight has nothing about the other collections on the back of their, packaging. It's poor marketing, really. If you have all this space, you should use this space to try to sell more products, right? That's just basic marketing, but Greenlight seems to ignore that. Okay, so let's open this guy up. I also learned that this thing with the over fenders here, it's widening the body by 3.5 inches. So hence it can run those big wheels. Alright, so looking at these giant photos behind, hopefully, maybe if I focus on the model, you can still see the photograph of the car. Yeah, I think that works. You. Here's the review. Alrighty. I honestly don't know if this is the Scat Pack package because it's got this graphic on it. It might be a higher level. I don't know. It's nebulous. All the different packages that come on American cars. Okay. Well. I don't know what you guys think about comparing to those photographs, but it seemed pretty close to me. So this blue is pretty nice. It's metallic. It's a little orange peely though. Not the best paint job there, but AutoWorlds don't cost a whole lot of money. So it's a very heavy model, being a metal base. So I'm gravitating towards the wheels, and yeah, they look good. They look like the photographs well enough to be convincing. Little lug nut details, center cap details. No brake system as one would expect from a car, a model of this price bracket, so that's fine. Probably an engine badge here. 392, right? A little orange printing there for the marker. Unfortunately, a little contaminant in the clear coat. Red marker here. Tires. I guess they seem alright. I'm looking at the wheel gap here, but there actually is a decent wheel gap on the real vehicles, so when I press this up, that actually might be, that's pretty accurate, I think. Okay, door handle is sticking out, it's body colored, that makes sense. Oh boy, look at that. That's a big casting blemish, right? Maybe that's where the metal flows into the mold and they didn't sand it off properly. No side windows, so that's a great way for AutoWorld to save some money, and also a great way for us collectors, or we collectors, to look at the inside of this thing. And so let's go ahead and do that right now. We got some molded in details on the dash, the little shifter or transmission. I don't know what they're called. If it's an automatic, I guess it'd still be a shifter, right? Okay, back seats. Yeah, typical black interior of this price bracket for models. No mirrors. That's one thing that would be nice to see. I'd much rather have mirrors in plastic headlights than this disgustingness. This is why I don't really buy AutoWorld so much. This is horrible. That's so bad. I mean, that's so bad I'm gonna whip out the ruler. That's almost 1 millimeter, that gap. So if you take 1 millimeter times 64, that's over, 2 inches. This is probably a 2-inch panel gap on a real car. Which, go look at a real car. ever in history. Even if you have a time machine, you would never see a real car with a 2-inch panel gap. So, alright, black paint looks, well, not very well applied there. Yeah, so the silver headlights, at least is better than white. I'd rather have silver headlights than white. And these aren't so bad. I think these might be inlets, air inlets. And then the charger's nicely done. There's some sort of texture there. And then there's a yellow stripe here. So I'm not sure what package comes with a yellow stripe, but I see no reason why that wouldn't be accurate. Alright, there is horizontal ribbing there. I can't see it focused in so far. So let's see what this is all about. This thing barely opens, so, and again, yeah, that engine is worthless. There's no depth to it, you know, like a real engine would have. You can clearly see the blue right there where that should be black. So this is not worth it to me. It's just more like a Hot Wheels. Well, opening panels shouldn't be on 164. 118, sure. 1/12, sure, but anything smaller than that is really distracting. I mean, again, look at this distance. This gap looks okay, right? This is so visible. I'm gonna pull the camera away further and further. I can still see it. I can still see it. I can still see it. I can see the difference right around here. Well, no, maybe I can still see it. So imagine in real life, if you saw a car that distance away, you know, the entirety of a car, you wouldn't see the panel gaps at all on a real car from that distance. So, it's just really detracting. The management of this AutoWorld, I just don't understand it. How they could look at that and say, that looks cool. Alright, so, I'm usually ragging on TLV, but AutoWorld might become my second scapegoat, or I'm just not going to buy many of them. I will buy the lowriders, though. I do like lowriders. Okay, well, there's a fuel filler cap on this side, painted black. Seems alright. There's the base. Nice tire treads. Give them credit there. Looks like properly wide tires for something with this much horsepower. Yeah, it would have been great if these are screwed together. Black paint running around on the whole bottom. It's not applied perfectly, but it's acceptable, I guess. I can live with it for this price. It is great that they have license plates of some sort, even if they're like fictional. It just makes the car look realistic, right? This is Florida, apparently. I would guess that's Florida, or maybe it's, I can't even read it. Yeah, I think it is. Exhaust tips there, part of the base, a little bit of molding there, little red reflectors painted on. And then these rear taillights, even though they're just painted, they do look good. So that's nice, the Dodge printing. Although there's red overrun there. So this side looks good. Not so much. This wing is a separate plastic piece. Seems alright. That's okay. Yeah, some blackout here in the window. It's on the inside surface. I think it's the same on this. I think it's on the inside. A little black paint on the wiper blades. Not there though. So pretty good. Alright, well, yeah, I guess it's typical with my AutoWorld reviews. I don't have too many. It's just this, you know? It seems totally unnecessary to me. There's just plenty of other models, like Mini GTs. They don't have opening hoods except for the latest Kaito house, which I think is not even to scale. So I prefer Mini GTs over AutoWorld by far. I prefer half the green lights, because half the green lights nowadays, they don't seem to have opening panels. They seem to be learning or changing. But I guess some of you guys just love looking at can't even open this thing. That I just don't understand how that can like impress someone. The blue on the verticals, right, is black on top. this blue and then a little bit of white on top. This looks like it was painted by a 3-year-old child. It's just making the model look worse. Oh boy. I don't know why I do this to myself. I like to torture myself by buying models I don't like, it seems. Okay, well. I do have a Dodge Challenger here by Greenlight. And this does have an opening panel. I only got this because I had a gift certificate I had to use, but in Greenlight's defense, the panel gap is not nearly as atrocious. Look at the difference, right? This gap is almost not even there. The top one's a little worse, but even out of focus, you can tell that AutoWorld panel gap is just horrible. Alright. I think this is 1970. Yeah, this is a 1970 Challenger. It's a pretty funky white interior Greenlight did on theirs. Okay, so that's a different era, of course. The only other modern muscle car I have is by Tarmac Works Global 64, and this is the Ford Mustang GT4, the SEMA Special Edition. So it's got a gutted, raced out interior. And the Tarmac is simply better because it has more details, you know, and also the fact that the hood doesn't look ridiculous. But I particularly like the printed tires. And then, yeah, looking at the top view, yeah, I guess you can decide for yourself. What does your eye focus on? What's the first thing you see when you look at these models? For me, it's that big, thick black line of that front hood. Is the contrast of it. So it's a subconscious thing as the focal point is the panel gap. But that's really not what you want to be seeing, in my opinion. Alright, well. Okay, well, it's a negative review. The only, I guess, plus side is AutoWorlds aren't super expensive. So, I guess I'll keep this in my collection for a little while. But I'll probably sell this off later. It's just too ugly to look at. Alright, I'll see you guys the next time around. See ya.